wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God. Envy is in Shreveport with 50 Cent in the gang, but Lauren LaRose is here, Nyla Simone is here, and we got a special guest. He's got a new album out, Saucefather 2. Sauce Walka.
Ooh-wee!
What's up, my brother?
Hey, man, say, man, it's the kid that did, not the kid that did, and the reason why the sauce word was written, you know the flavor I'm spitting, Sauce Walka. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit show.
Now people act like they know what you just said.
I was about to say all that.
You know what I'm saying?
The kid that did, so
The
you
kid
because you
that
be
did.
doing it, you be getting it done.
I always do it.
Period.
I never say nothing that I don't do. You know what I mean?
You know, I think people don't realize about you, Sauce Walka. You really are a dope ass rapper.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Like a MC.
In real life.
But I think the online personality sometimes overshadows the bars.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's more of a thing like don't judge a book by its cover, but also what we like to say in my crew, we like to say don't let the sauce fool you. You know what I'm saying? But also as well, you know, I kind of feel like a lot of artists and a lot of rappers put on this persona and they put on this image where like you always got to be tough or you always got to be it just like on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just enjoy life or be humorous or have just have fun and, you know what I'm saying, enjoy life for what it is and not always be so serious. And for me, in my personal experience, I feel like when you really come from the struggle, when you really come from violence, when you really come from pain and suffering, and you get to a platform like Instagram, this app was made to like pictures and make memories and have fun. And just so happened it became a platform where people could create lucrative ways of generating residual income and wealth off of, you know what I'm saying, creating a wider audience through a platform. And I felt like, why would I use Instagram as a place to try to be like overly serious or overly hard when I'm trying to reach out to the world? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at that.
That's how I look at it.
I'm not mad at that because some people do. Like, I shouldn't know certain things about certain people.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't know your baby daddy ain't been around in 6 months. You know what I mean? And the kids can't afford health care.
Right.
Like, you make me laugh.
They take it too, you know what I'm saying?
Not make me laugh.
When I first got on that platform, I thought this was a platform to find pretty girls and stuff like that. It just it grew, it blossomed to be what it is today. But, you know, I was on Instagram where you can only take pictures and wear nice outfits. So I felt like I grew with the platform, so I'm going to enjoy and have fun on the platform, and it made me millions of dollars.
Do you feel like because when I listened to, we were talking about earlier some of your interviews, and I listened to how you were talking about how you like do like the promotion sometimes for other artists and whatever. And I was like, this is how like an influencer works. Like, do you consider yourself an influencer too, or like it's just you?
I mean, to be honest, I only rap on the weekends.
Yo,
If we gonna keep it real, like I'm more of a lot of things than an artist. I'm a CEO. I'm a philanthropist in my community. I'm a motivational speaker and a financial advisor and consultant for a lot of people in different companies as well. I own 6 different LLCs, 2 corporations. I sell boats. All forms of streaming, from being a YouTuber, TikToker, OnlyFans, rapping. Like have done it all. That's within my respected realm of hustling. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So rapping is just something that is first nature to me because I've been doing it my whole life. I've been recording in professional studios since 1996 when I was like 6 years old. I've been rapping my whole life. It's just something that I just do that I'm good at. But I so happen to be one of those people that's just talented enough to where I can do anything and still be successful and make millions of dollars. Of conversation, I could make millions of dollars. Podcasting, comedian, acting. I'm just one of those stars who just multi-talented. But rapping is a strong suit that I have lyrically, and that it does get overshadowed and overlooked because I'm so charismatic. You know what I'm saying? But it's a gift and a curse because it's certain areas where it calls to have intelligence, conversation, and charisma, and a lot of artists don't have that in those areas. So you may have good music and a good song that lasts momentarily, but you don't last for a lifetime because people not invested to you as a person, as a human being, more than just your music. You know, music is subjective. Sometimes it's good, sometimes people don't care for it. But everybody always loves a great personality and a great mind.
But does it get to you sometimes, like when you just dropped that freestyle? I think it was with LA Leakers. Right?
Yeah.
And Hard Knock Life beat.
Yeah, like, and people were like, "Yo, he really be going in." Like, it's like almost like people are always relearning that's what you do naturally. Does that piss you off sometimes? Because it's like you do this.
I mean, honestly, I always been one of them type of people that's like, I've been taking my flowers my entire career. Charlamagne is. I don't know how familiar y'all are with me, but I know Charlamagne very familiar with my career. We've been talking to each other and trying to get me up here for years since early in my career when I was doing the Sauce Twins. So I've always known, and I've always been very vocal and confident about the fact that I know I'm one of the best rappers to ever live, not just of my generation or not just from Texas. Like, I know for 1,000,000% fact, lyrically, bar for bar, simile for simile, analogy for analogy, metaphor for metaphor, storytelling, having actual substance, meaning, a message that people can actually grab knowledge, wholesomeness, information from pain, struggle, and healing through the things that we go through being black people in America, coming from poverty, coming from struggle, broken parenting, or just taking the struggle part out of it, but just elite punchline skills and delivery and cadences. Like, I've shown over my 10-year span of my career that I'm one of the best, but I'm also one of the most prolific rappers to come out of my generation and generations before me. And
He's not putting sauce on that.
I'm not.
I'm telling you.
And I'm from the South.
I will say,
I'm from the South. I'm from Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the same place as Scarface, the Cowboys is it. And I'm renowned and respected by New York and New York rappers more than anywhere else. My biggest market is New York. Texas is my first market, and then New York is my second.
Maybe you should give him a quick 16, just because before we keep the interview going.
I mean, I could, but I really I'm a freestyle rapper. I don't like have them written bars.
Whatever you feel like giving them. You can even give them something that you've already given them before. Just so they know, just a sample. You ain't never heard Sauce Walka rap, must be.
I have.
Oh.
Yeah, I think a lot. I think they know.
Yeah, I would love to hear it in person. You trying to get out of it?
I ain't never tripping about it. I mean,
it is the weekend.
Technically,
you said you only rap for a week.
I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if I'm a freestyle, I want to be like really on that mood and perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really can't talk, but I will. Like, it ain't nothing to it but to do it.
They could go. It
ain't nothing to. You know what I'm saying? If I freestyle right now, I'm gonna be like more on some Ace Time shit, but more than some serious shit. I'm gonna like get to rapping about the stuff in the room.
Yeah.
I'm hiding in the broom. TSF business look up like a balloon. I come out the cocoon. I'm flyer than the butter. TSF business pull up, no stutter. Alligator. Nah later, slap a hater. You know what I'm saying? TSF business, sauce dripping major flavor. Like, I'm gonna just go out the top like that.
To the music.
They just bullshit.
Yeah. See, I can't.
They just bullshit.
Don't.
No, I need to, because he can really rap.
I know that.
Yes.
He said he was just talking about things.
I know.
Feel me?
Now you mentioned the Sauce Twins with. Oh, go ahead now.
You were talking about all your many business ventures and all the things that you do, and the first record on Saucefather 2 is Master P.
Yeah.
And I really love the relationship between Texas and New Orleans. Just talk to me about your relationship with Master P.
That song ain't what you think it is, but go ahead.
I'm a Master P in a lot of different areas. You know what I'm saying? And I respect the direction and some of the principles that Master P implemented in his career to get where he is. And I also feel that, and I've been told this by some of the like label execs and people that I do business with or have done business with in the industry, that some of the deal structures that I've created are kind of like Master P deals, because it's like very rare where an artist can sign a deal with an indie major label or a major label, get millions of dollars, and still keep his entire catalog separated from that contractual agreement. And having a record label with, I got 50 artists, well, producers are artists as well, but 40-something artists and 10 producers signed to my record label and my distribution company. And I have of those 40-some odd artists, probably like 7 to 8 of those artists are international, from like Hiroshima, Japan, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Europe. So like I think that I've created a cult fan base and a following somewhat similar to No Limit and Master P with Sauce Walka and the Sauce Family TSF.
But in that song, you talking about pimping.
I mean, I'm always talking about the pimping. I mean, but you know, it's the P is a lot of things. It's being a pimp, it's being a player, it's being a president, it's being prestigious, it's being professional, it's being Paru, it's being a lot of things being a P, you know what I'm saying? And I represent all of those titles very well, but I'm
So who created P? Did it come from Texas or did it come from
what?
Gunna?
You saying the term P?
Yeah, the P. Pushing P. That's
Well, I don't push P. What we
okay.
do is something
Just the P
different.
thing.
The P itself don't come from no rappers or none of that. The P itself come from the game. It comes from a man with a plan and a woman with a vagina that's a little bit finer. That's what the P comes from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sauce.
All the other stuff is like fabricated or extra. Like you can make it sound cool. It's like saying you're pushing paper. You know what I'm saying? That was like about the most decent explanation that I feel that was given from that perspective. But you know, the P is to be the ultimate player. You know what I'm saying? And there's two sides of it. You can be a player, you can be a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A pimp is somebody who leads and tells people or gives a person a task or a strategy to go make money. However you make money. It's not just about a woman getting money from a man and you know what I'm saying? It's not just about sex and prostitution. It's way bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a woman or any person can go and make money doing somebody else's will or doing somebody else's strategy, but you can look at that person as they're too lazy to do the job, or they may not have the skills, not the skills, but they just can't do what you can do. That's like you have a lot of bosses that work on the field where it was a period of time where they did used to do what everybody does, but they just learned the business and now they just manage and tell everybody what else to do while they're just there on. That's all a pimp is a manager, is somebody that gives you instructions to do something that either they know how to do or they prefer to you to do it, and they just evaluate what you're doing like a coach, a life coach. A player, though, is somebody who fuck with people that already got the money. I just play my way into the situation. You see what I'm saying?
So the woman, in a lot of those cases, the woman is the player.
Exactly. So why would you not pimp when
See?
all women are playing on men? Respectfully though, it's not
a bad thing.
To not say that it's a negative thing, but to not acknowledge the fact that the world and society is systematically created to where a woman is not even necessarily by her choice and her own decisions, but just the way that the world is. If she's able to be beautiful and perpetuate her image, opportunities, relationships, and the lust of the hope that a man will have some type of intimacy with this woman opens up a whole different doors for this woman that the average man and the average human being cannot get past.
We was talking about that
It
this
changes
morning.
a woman's whole trajectory of life. Women growing up in today's day and age are preparing themselves to be. It's not even an Instagram model. Let's just say a bad bitch. Women are more training themselves in today's day and era to be a bad bitch on social media, or on YouTube, or just an everyday walk of life than they are training themselves to be a business owner or to be a fucking a college student.
Well, that's a generalization. I get what you're
I
saying.
think it depends on the women you're talking to, because you also got women who are training themselves to do that, but they're also bad bitches.
Both of them went to college.
Yeah.
Okay, so this again. Okay, Michael Jordan played baseball, but he's still a basketball player. Deion Sanders played baseball, he's still a football player. A lot of women have also men go through this as well, but the thing about it is that beauty is not usually, or being handsome or being attractive is not usually profitable for every single man on earth.
I'm with you.
The way that it is for women. Meaning that, okay, look at it from this perspective. Sex for a man is earned.
What did I tell you this morning?
Well,
Sex for a woman is given. You understand the difference between the two?
Yeah.
For a man to court a woman, for a man to have sexual intercourse, or for a man to enjoy a woman's intimacy and vulnerability, he has to earn that privilege and earn that right from a woman.
They don't realize that no more.
They don't.
So he always putting me with the they and the y'all.
So I'm not saying they and y'all for all women in general. What I'm saying is that a woman can have her plans and her goals set out. Let's just say a woman in real estate, right?
Right.
You have two different women in real estate. You have a beautiful woman that's in real estate. You have another woman who's also beautiful, but let's just say she's plus size, or let's just say she's a little older. She can have the same body type as the young woman, but she's a little older. Just give her another age and not make it about body shaming, okay? The more in shape, beautiful, presented body inside of those business suits, she's going to get a lot of more brokering deals. She's going to get a lot of more inquiries. She's going to get a lot of more men who are going to be helpful in assisting in her journey as being a real estate agent, because all of those men have a secret agenda to, in some way, shape, or form, have sex with her.
They know pretty privilege exists.
And we know that. And we know that. We know pretty privilege exists. And a lot of times we ignore it.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
Nala over there rubbing her head, and she know he telling the truth.
I didn't say anything.
The only thing I didn't agree, I think it's the way you phrased it, but understanding the breakdown, I get what you're saying. I just don't want to.
I'm not saying that every woman in the world is like, it is their divine interest to like, okay, I'm finna just go make money.
It's not even their fault,
It
Sauce.
just that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay.
That's why I said. That's why I use the word systematically.
The initial statement was that the girls are training to become bad bitches for Instagram. It's like,
sit on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I disagree with
Who
that.
does not want to be a bad bitch in today's day and era? It's like
But a bad bitch is different. So all I'm saying
Just
is
say beautiful woman.
and I actually hate the term bad bitch.
Every woman is. But see, that's what I'm saying. Every woman is beautiful. Bad is something different. Every woman is beautiful.
Every woman not beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the conversation we had this morning. Because what I was talking about this morning was, like, you know, they were saying that I get mad when certain women be like, I ain't dating no man if he can't do nothing for me. That's not true. It's a mutually beneficial thing, right? Everybody gonna do something for everybody. But the raggedy ones be talking. It'd be the raggedy ones that be like, I ain't doing nothing for no man if the man ain't doing nothing for me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you because you raggedy.
I feel that as much as I want to agree with what you're saying, I can't agree with that, because that's why this goes back to my original statement. There are more men that are in positions of power, positions of success, that also have families, have wives, have children, have great things going for themselves, that risk everything that they have for women that's raggedy every day.
Yeah.
It's men.
It's in the eyes of the
They
beholder.
don't never cheat with nobody better.
Okay, so with that
I get what you're saying.
being
I
said,
might be triggered.
so they'll be saying how much value is actually being set on the man in his position of what he brings to the table in a relationship versus to what a woman brings to the table by just being a beautiful flower in the room.
I agree, and
That's just the word. That's just the. And I don't blame the women or fault the women at all for it, because that's their species, that's their femininity. That if them being beautiful creates opportunities and open doors and gives them privileges that the man doesn't necessarily earn, then you just respect the powers that be. But if you happen to be one of those alpha males, because you think about this, you have to also realize that a woman is only the prize to the men that want her. A woman is never the prize to the man that she want.
Yeah. Oh, that she want. That makes sense. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A woman is never the prize to the man that she wants. She's only a prize to the men that want her. Because in most cases in life, most men cannot have sex and physical relationships at their own will with the women that they truly desire. Like, they have to get what they can get. That's why some guys, you'll be like, you may look at this guy like, oh, this guy is so handsome and he's so successful. Why would he fuck with this type of girl? Why would he give her a child? Why would he betray this type of whatever? But you have to understand that he's probably not even, in most cases, they're not used to having access to so much women because they didn't have so much money or didn't have so much time or they didn't have so much whatever that they had that was conflicting them from expressing their sexual needs or attraction with other women. So now that they have okay, I'm a little tired with this, my stuff is kind of put together, now I want to go cheat, I want to go explore, I want to go do this.
Up a little bit and things change.
Or you might have been lucky enough to meet your soulmate. You know, and I think I get what you're saying, but I think everything isn't physical appearance a lot of times. Sometimes it's just about connecting with a person on an emotional level or a spiritual level. But you got to take the time to do that. But I do agree with the overall sentiment that you're making, because I was saying that this morning. Men literally recreate our lives for women.
That's true.
Everything we do is for women. I wouldn't get a haircut. I don't care about that. We dress for women. We do these things because we're trying to attract beautiful women. That just is what it is.
And or even if it's not necessarily to attract certain women, it's about a woman just valuing and respecting who I am as a man, how I present myself. If I respect myself enough to stay clean, stay in shape, stay cut, stay making money, having a car, having opportunity, having stability, having somewhere for you to sleep, stay, even if you have all these things on your own as a woman that you bring to the table. But again, a man will take you without those things. A woman won't take, in most cases, a woman won't take a man without those things, and if she does, then she has to be ridiculed by the women and the family members around her. Because, girl, why you fucking with that nigga, with that guy? He don't got this and this and that, and you take care of him this and this and that. Instead of empowering her, say, okay, well, this man really loves you and he want to be with you and he comes home every night, so put that other energy into this. We take it down from that man. That how can I help him be bigger and better and stronger? Because this guy does want to be committed to what I have going on, versus to, I think people just be going, I don't even want to say going out of their means, but it's just I don't know, that relationship shit it's tedious.
So you talking about like people becoming popping, right, and things changing. When did you realize like you were popping, like musically?
I was born, I was popping. I knew I was popping. I ain't I knew I was him my whole life. I've been him.
Came out the womb him.
I came out the womb him. I've been like a star my whole life. Like I said earlier, I've been rapping my whole life. I never was like one of those kids that was like confused about what I wanted to be when I grew up or what was gonna happen for me. Like I always knew I was gonna be an entertainer. I always knew I was gonna be a rapper. I always knew I was gonna be fly. I known I was handsome my whole life. I always knew that was, and even to say that for me, like, I understand the difference between being a handsome man versus a man that don't have natural, you know what I'm saying, the ability to just captivate women's attention.
Nigga don't want to talk nobody ugly for nothing.
You were so inclusive. I really enjoyed the conversation with you. Do you have a podcast?
No, I need one.
Yeah.
Hold on. You said,
need a mic.
Hold on, I didn't hear what you said. You said I don't want to call nobody
ugly. You don't want to call
ugly.
nobody ugly for nothing. You ain't want to call the girl raggedy. You ain't want to call the girl.
I mean,
so
cause I be saying certain stuff about with girls or just with people, and that people just be want to attack me for my opinion.
But everybody's subjective. Looks
like
all
how
subjective.
she said, like, oh man, he's so informative. Like I would love to watch a podcast and talk, but there's some of that shit I say, motherfucker, get the.
No, because sometimes you be calling people out for stuff. Like that's what when I hear your name, that's what I think about.
I call it like it is. I know, and I've been going to change that.
The Drake moment was the moment. Like that's when I was like, okay.
A lot of people know me from controversial shit like that.
Yeah.
The whack.
I'm gonna stand on the business regardless of whoever, whatever.
It's funny though, because you called Drake out for cultural appropriation way before Kendrick did.
I did. I definitely did. And if my whole city would have supported what I was on back then for the reasons that I did it then, we would have got the same reaction that Kendrick Lamar in California did. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. With, again, no discredit to either one of those artists, because, again, I have nothing to do with that shit, and I don't give a fuck about that shit, because I'm a millionaire, I'm Saucefather, and I made it. I beat the blackball of the rap games, of those type of scenarios. But to speak on that particular situation is that it's just a beautiful thing to see the outcome of an entire city and then entire state standing behind an artist that represents them well and represents their culture and just trying to defend for their culture, and the culture itself not trying to mediate or prohibit their artists from fending for their culture, but instead standing behind them and supporting that ideal. And that's the difference between appreciation and appropriation, and that's what creates a bigger landscape of economy and opportunity for that city. Mm-hmm. Because regardless of, New York is the same way. If somebody was to come to New York and try to appropriate New York culture and style and not give back to it, like I don't know who's a good example to use, but because nobody does that in fucking New York. Nobody come to New York and act like a battle rapper or act like a lyricist or act like a fucking drill rapper and then don't do music with the drill rappers. Don't come rap with. You cannot do that.
You can't do
it doesn't make sense. You can't. When everybody was doing this shit and doing that little Jersey dance, nobody from around the world did that dance or made music on that sound frequency without acknowledging that it came from those places or bringing those kids from New Jersey on stage. Or and the East Coast is going to govern that. The South was in Texas, Houston especially, was supposed to govern that. And you know what I'm saying? It's cool because somebody got to do it, and I did it. I ain't tripping. Bro.
Don't you think Houston probably looks at Drake different because there wouldn't be Drake without Houston?
Like Jay Prince's I don't give a fuck what Houston look at it like. It's what I said. I'm a Jay Prince too. Like my word is a law. What I'm saying is what I speak is the real opinions of the city of Houston, the people that's in the South Side, the people that's on the North Side, the people
they felt like that already. Yeah.
They just ain't got the platform or the voice or they're not gonna get the response that I'm gonna get, and they can't fade the heat, fade the water. Everybody know I got the manpower, I got the money, I had the validity, whatever is needed, necessary from my age then to right now. Just like I've shown people, it's a lot of people that thought I was gonna be an overnight or fly by night artist or artist that, and then you also understand, realize that I'm independent. I've been independent my entire rap career. I've been in the rap game 10 years now, going on 11 years, and I'm a multi-millionaire, still more relevant than majority of the rappers that came out in my generation or my period, my time period. 10 years later, I'm still making all this money and still growing. So, it's more of a thing for me. Like, if somebody don't take the chance to make the step or to speak up on it, then I'm just like everybody else that's just complaining behind closed doors and being scary or just, you know what I'm saying? And then what I was saying, it's not make-believe. It's simple. It's not fucking rocket science. It was simple shit. If you in this city and you saying, like what you just said that it wouldn't be no
Drake without Houston.
It wouldn't be no Drake without Houston. Okay, so at the time, why did Drake not, it's still to this day, why did Drake not have no bunch of records with Houston artists? You didn't doing that with Atlanta. If you love Atlanta, and he got, it's 7, 8, 9, 15 artists that you got songs with in Atlanta. Because why? Yeah. Not only does you know that the city of Atlanta was gonna look at you weird for not doing that, look at you and feel a certain type of way by you not making those songs and making those moments with that city, but you knew that it was also beneficial for you as an artist to make music with these songs because the leveling of stardom and momentum, it feeds each other versus you feel that I'm just the A-side artist that's lifting up this musician. But as far as the city of Houston, you looking at it for the market share. All of these country ass people in Houston, they got all of this land, all these clubs, all these women, all these people in these big ass arenas and events that's going on, but they don't have a large community and representatives of people that are knowledgeable about the music industry, that have resources that can say, hey, y'all been around this artist and you helped them, you was in the studio when they was making that song, you told them to add this and this on the hook, you get a couple writer points for that. Or you was up in there when you made the beat, you supposed to get, okay, y'all was in you brought him to Houston and you took him to this club, and you took him to this hood and you introduced him to Charlamagne. It's a feature and the song come behind that. In every other city, it's a long list. California, it's a long list of artists from the Bay all the way to LA. They got Drake's songs with Drake. So how did Drake love Houston so much at that time and not have music with artists that you are uplifting from this community? Fuck me, I don't care. It's bigger than me. I didn't care about the song with me.
Making a whole lot of sense to me.
You know what I'm saying? But what I would like from then to now, Travis Scott is the only rapper that still got a song with Drake. Travis Scott, again, what I just said earlier, it makes sense. It's an equal trade. It's not necessarily like, oh, bro, I'm helping Houston and changing your life and changing your career. And it's bigger than just saying, oh, well, person wants the Drake stimulus package. Bro, fuck all of that. It's about fair exchange in business. If you are using the lineage and the culture of somebody's city or somebody's hometown and backyard, do something that helps not yourself and your more of your notoriety for your own benefit with the ladies and the people in the city. Do something that actually makes the economy of that city and music and musicians bigger and greater. So therefore, we can have Rolling Loud in Houston. We can have more young artists performing on bigger platforms, Jimmy Fallon and Jay Leno and all this other shit, because an artist of this magnitude is living in our backyard. That's all I was saying. Not just for me, just for anybody.
Literally living.
Did y'all have that conversation?
Because there was a video of y'all.
I mean, I vocalize and have whatever I say, whatever I feel is something that I tell anybody and everybody to their face behind closed doors. Like, everybody know this about me. I don't give a fuck. Like, when it comes to stuff like that, I just don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been rich before rap. I'm going to be rich during rap. I'm going to be rich after rap. I'm going to be rich. I rap for money. Like, I don't rap for, like, I rap for money now because I understand. Let me make that make sense. I understand that what rapping does is create money for everybody around me, not just myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what also plays more into the conversation we was having earlier about the Drake shit, because it's not about Drake. I'm not trying to be just steady talking about Drake and harping on him. It's just period in hip-hop, in black culture, period. If I'm going to foreign land and I have resources and you have resources that I want to also generate from, we supposed to share, we supposed to trade, and that's what makes everybody stronger. So it just doesn't, it didn't make sense, and it was just a total line of disrespect to me at the time, knowing that this particular, and this will be for any celebrity and artist, this particular superstar, this particular entity that's in my city can simply make 2 songs with 2 different artists here that's going to create so much revenue, from ESPNs to the talk shows to Nikes and all these huge companies, seeing that, oh wow, there's money, there's momentum, there's lucrativeness in the state of Texas. Look at these artists working with these artists. Okay, maybe it makes sense for us to run the NBA campaign behind this song with these artists. When we have Toronto playing against the Houston Rockets or Toronto playing against the Dallas Mavericks, we're going to make sure that these artists are sitting on the sidelines and woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. And that's just all that I understood from a business standpoint that should be happening.
Isn't that required of the Houston artists too, though? Because I mean, Travis ain't no slouch. Travis is a big deal.
And I vocally, publicly have stood on the business and made Travis adhere to that type of shit. Right. Like, that's, me and Travis got a real brotherly relationship. Like, it's Houston know that. Like, it's been times where stuff went on where I asked and required, like, Travis, bro, like, it's do this with this artist or acknowledge this artist, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go do this music right here, and Travis does it because Travis understand, like, that's the difference. Like, Travis signed artists from Houston. Yeah. Travis has made music with artists from Houston. Mm-hmm. Travis shows the music videos with artists from Houston. Old and new, he do concerts, put Houston artists on the bill, put them on his main performers. He does his due diligence. Megan Thee Stallion, she does she has songs with Saucefather. She got songs with Max O'Cream. She got songs with Lil Kiki. She got a song with Big Pokey. That's really being from a city, being and appreciating the culture. Me being in New York, I love New York. I made a New York album produced by New York producers with New York artists featured on it. Mm-hmm. You just seen Mano just came through the window. Oh, this is my boy Sauce. I made songs with Mano years ago. No disrespect to Bun B. He's from Port Arthur. He's not from Houston. A lot of people try to say, oh, well, Drake made a song with Bun B. Bun B not from Houston. No disrespect to him. This is Houston, Texas we talking about. You just said Houston, didn't you? Did you say Port Arthur? Did you say Houston?
Houston.
All right then.
Next
subject.
Making sense. Yes.
Next subject.
You're making sense. You made an excellent point too on Bootleg Kev podcast that I want you to get into, because I really love what you said. Salute to Bootleg Kev. You said OnlyFans is providing women with a safer alternative to the streets and offering them a sense of intimate freedom.
Yes.
Elaborate on that.
I mean, it's the alternate substitution to prostitution. Mm-hmm. It's a way for a woman to give a man the same ecstasy and fulfillment that he gets touching her body physically, but she could do it from the comfortability of her home in her living room or in her bedroom and retain the physical side of her dignity. Now, there may be an opinion from her family's friends, co-workers, or loved ones about her body being out there on pictures, but again, like we talked about earlier, we living in a world where the average woman on the internet is showing you some form of skin. Mm-hmm. The average woman understands the algorithm feeds her pockets and feeds her marketing strategies much more when she looks appealing and sexually appealing to the eye of not just men, but the women who inspire to look like her. Right. These are the things that are beneficial for her marketplace and share to sell products, because as a woman, nobody wants to buy a man will buy a product from another rough-looking man with a scruffy beard and whoop because of the message behind the product. A woman not buying a product from another woman that she doesn't see in some shape of beautiful the way she looks at herself. So
is that true, Nyla, Lauren?
Yeah, pretty much. When you started talking about that, I started thinking about when I get my hair done. No, I did. I literally was sitting here thinking like,
because a nigga would go get a haircut from a bald head motherfucker, and a woman would never go get her hair done. Come on, bro.
Yeah, when I get my hair done,
you ain't finna go to the dread lady to go get your frontal put in.
No, and if I'm trying a new artist, I go to the Instagram and I want to see how she's doing her hair personally when she goes out. Maybe she's not dressed up in a salon, but I do want to see how sis looks on a daily because it's like, can she upkeep? Because then if she match my upkeep, I know you're not gonna see my HD. Okay.
Okay. I know. I'm sorry. I'm the facts man. You know.
It's not really the facts.
I just be mean.
I don't know if I care too much. Like, I think scrolling online, I support it. Like, I do like seeing women in their femininity, but it doesn't, like, sway me one way or the other whether I want to work with you or not. I want to work with you if you do good work.
Okay.
If that makes
But
sense.
I'm saying,
But I guess for you, like, take the, like, is she fly, like beautiful or not out, right? Like,
it's not just
think
fly.
about, like,
it could
branding,
be anything
like,
that's appealing.
Where you are brand wise, like there are certain brands that like if they reach out to you right now, it's not where you at. It's not matching the aesthetic, and you're not leaning that way.
What kind of car do you drive, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't have a car.
Okay, from New York. Okay, I'm trying to think like what's your favorite fashion brand? What's your favorite thing to wear?
Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova. Okay.
Really?
I wear Fashion Nova.
I didn't know that. Now I'd be fly. I thought I'd be like thrift store type stuff.
I do thrifting.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying? It still goes back to, you know how Fashion Nova became Fashion Nova?
Women liking other women in Fashion
Nova giving the most beautiful women in the world, the most sexiest women in the world, clothes that look top tier fashion, that look high end designer, but we giving it to you for free or the super affordable price.
Bernice Burgos,
Why
Cardi
exactly?
B.
All you have to do is stretch out a blanket and fit it across the body, and it can be sold. and this woman, you put a blanket across a woman's body, and she can go in a room with full of men that's wearing Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior and all this other shit. That's just the truth. I don't know how much.
You ain't lying.
A man got to go spend $15,000 or $6,000. It's very seldom in today's day and age that a man can go get the type of women that he wants in this world off of just a white tee and a nice beard.
Unless he fine.
Yo, he got to be fine. But
you know
even then,
Exactly.
even then, I'm gonna look at the jeans. Like, what jeans you got on? You got what's your watch? Like, what?
Damn,
because a lot of women know that a fine man that don't got his shit together ain't nothing but another bill, responsibility, and a problem.
Dang.
Good dick and a headache. A lot of women they waking up to that, girl.
It's not even about money either. It's like I want to like. It's so. How do you take care of yourself? Like what? Because you don't even gotta be like.
She just said look, she just went back to everything I just said earlier. Well, how do you take care of yourself?
Yeah. You don't even got to walk in with the chains. I can tell by the jeans. Like this is a well-tailored man.
A man would look at that same business and that same thing, be like, you know what? I see some flaws, I see some stuff wrong, but maybe let me give you some suggestions. Let me help us see I can make this big thing better. Let me get involved with this bit. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
So I just did girl math. Basically, that's what that's called.
That's all
girl
I'm
math.
saying, bro. So but for me, that's just how I be looking at stuff, bro.
I like the record you got rules too, man, because I feel like there aren't any anymore.
Yeah, it ain't nothing, and a lot of people need to learn from this shit, earn from this shit, you know what I'm saying? Rule number one, always move like a boss, you know what I'm saying? You know, goddamn me.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the beef, let's get to the cheese, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, Boss Man D-Lo. Yeah, man, you know, even when I'm making music that ain't like the lyrical ghetto gospel stuff, I still try to have a message. I still try to have some knowledge in it, some empowerment, something that people can learn from and earn from, you know what I'm saying, amongst all the ignorance. And like we were saying earlier, like a lot of people like judge me by the way I am and the way I act, but I act stupid because I'm smarter than a lot of people. I play dumb because I understand the power that I possess and the knowledge that I possess is actually dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like this one little life, this one chance at this video game that we got to live, there's a time and a place for everything. And if you don't understand the rules and the strategy that's needed to be implemented in the game of life that you playing, then you playing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? I try to keep that message in my music, even when we having fun and we in the club getting high and drunk. And even like as far as men, like it's a lot of shit that men need to, this like my opinion is not just about women and shit like that. It's a lot of bullshit ass niggas out here. It's a lot of unworthy ass niggas, a lot of not king built deserving men out here that need to be taught or need to be led or need to be influenced and motivated.
They need healing, so they stop projecting that hurt on everybody else.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I try to, like, as much as I have an opinion towards women, I have an opinion towards niggas as well. Like, y'all, about how we should, not saying y'all, how we should be better. You know what I'm saying? How we could be, you know, more useful to our women and to our community and to the world. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what the pimping is. That's what the ism is, period. It's like somebody just having the knowledge and the understanding and the accountability within themselves to say, I'm willing to do all these things to make myself better.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was able to go through the process of these things to make myself better and learn these attributes, learn these skill set, if you are going to be in my life, if you're going to be in a relationship in my life, then you have to follow some of the beliefs that I have because I have used these things to be successful. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a person who owns a company. I bought the building. I put all the equipment up in here, but I'm going to give you the workload as far as what to do in this building to sell products and facilitate this store. But I'm the one that got to pay $20,000 a month for this facility. I have to keep the cargo coming in. I have to do this, but it doesn't make sense for me to be in here doing the physical work. So I try to use that same thought process in life. Like, okay, if niggas gonna be around me, you gonna be my brother, my partner, my business associate, nigga. You got to be able to either teach me something, show me something, or help me do something. Mm-hmm. And I need to be able to teach you something, show you something, and help you do something.
That's real.
Because if you can't use me, then I'm useless. If I can't use you, then you're useless. Then who the fuck wants to be in a circle full of people with nothing is being utilized?
That's right.
That's idle time. I thought that's what the devil's playground is, idle time.
That's what my grandma say. Right. But with such a elevated way of learning and thinking,
mm-hmm.
like, there are still sometimes though where like you put yourself, or I wouldn't even say put yourself, but you get into some like situations like that high speed chase. How like is that like a thing of the not happening anymore? Like how does a person that thinks and knows how valuable you are end up in a situation like that?
'Cause I'm not perfect.
I'm still
crazy. Who was this spin? Did that give you something? Let me do it.
Let me the kid.
All right. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's not a targeted question either. I just really want to know.
I'm gonna have fun and enjoy life. I'm Saucefather. I'll give a damn. Ooh, but the point of what I'm trying to say is, I'm still a street nigga, man. I'm still, again, like I said, I only rap on the weekends. I spend a lot of my time in multiple cities, just being out and about in the communities, in multiple different trap houses, chilling with rappers, like up and coming rappers, people who aspire to be rappers. I'm still like in a grit of it. You know, I might record. I don't always record in professional studios and backgrounds. Sometimes I'm recording in some apartments, you know what I'm saying, just to get that feeling and that true essence of where I started at with it, you know what I'm saying, and just to also be a motivational piece for people to see like you could touch success. You could be like you see a Cybertruck on the internet and Saucefather bring the Cybertruck right to your ghetto and right to your hood. And me having that connection and openness to my background and where I come from and still indulging in some of the activities that come from where I come from, something as simple as smoking weed and sipping drink, or put you in a position to where it's like, oh damn, now I'm getting pulled over. You know what I'm saying? Or I might be going through this and that, and I still.
Well, you didn't pull over.
I know. I said now I'm getting pulled over.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just be how it be. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I was just in a situation where first of all, you know what I'm saying? The way that, you know, it is what it is.
He was high.
It is what it is. Hey, I'm just about, I will say this. Without saying too much, I'll say this is that I grew up where if a car is telling me or following me fast with all the lights off, I'm trying to do two things. respond or respond.
Word.
And in that situation, I was, that was my response. And I've had a history of responding that way, you know what I'm saying, in certain cause, and I'm just growing to change that about myself. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
What about when you had the broomstick and the dude was coming at you with the knife?
Yeah, what made you do that?
I'm just violent. I'm just meaning as far as like when somebody aggressives me, like brings aggression to me, that's just how I am.
You defending yourself.
I don't got security or none of that. I don't do like you just seen I come up here with $500,000 chain on. I ain't got no big tall person with black tee on and the little pouch like.
A little pouch.
Yeah, I ain't one of them type. I'm my own security. I beat people up. I've been to the penitentiary. I've been fighting and defending myself my whole life. My dad is 6'5". Like I have no physical fear of confrontation, death, another man, weapons, gun. Like I'm from Houston, Texas, a place where guns are cell phones and wallets. A handgun is a cell phone where I'm from. Where I'm from, every person in this radio station got a handgun in their bag every day of their life. Every woman is trained regularly to walk around with a handgun. Every single one of y'all, where I'm from, in the radio station right now while they're at work. You got your gun, you got your little pink turquoise gun, she got her gun, he got his gun. Pink. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. So for that guy was just tripping. Like he was
he was like a homeless guy.
Yeah, he's a homeless guy, drug addict. He was
mental health
tweaking on everybody, bothering everybody, and then he came to me and my friend with that shit, and we just ain't going for that shit. Especially me, like I enjoy defending myself. Like I don't want to hit nobody. I don't want to fight nobody. But when these situations occur, whether it's life or death, I just enjoy defending myself because that is who I'm inspired by. Goku. I'm inspired by Vegeta. I'm inspired by Ryu. I'm inspired by people that whoop ass. So when I'm put in a situation where I gotta whoop ass, I'm gonna whoop ass. You gonna have to whoop me.
Well, when do you give up the street life, Sauce? Because you got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I feel that life has just, I don't think it's ever gonna prohibit the blessing for me to just completely walk away from the streets, because what I was born into, and by me being born into this lifestyle, into this way of thinking, into these relationships with people, I owe certain loyalty, certain relationships, certain accountability of going back to the community in which I was raised in, and the people that shared my struggles, and be a vessel of cleansing and healing and teaching and prosperity to them. I have to go back and be with them. I have to go in those communities and be a part of the activities and the struggles and the conversations that's going on from where I come from to make a difference.
Not the criminal aspect of it, though.
Yeah.
Just in general, period. You do have to be involved in the criminal aspect. That don't mean I have to be doing crime. I don't have to be doing crime, but I have to be able to, if you want to tell somebody to stop selling crack, you have to be able to walk in a crack house where he's selling dope at, and then offer him another job, another opportunity, another way that we can both sit at this table. We're going to compare this business opportunity, this business strategy compared to the scale and the dope, and I'm going to show you how this is going to be more beneficial and life-changing for you than this. I cannot convince him to do that if I'm not willing to go into his habitat and his surroundings to convince him. I pulled up to the trenches in this car that you want. The videos that you in here selling dope to, watching, and the way that they living in these videos, I'm living like that right here in your face. And I'm telling you that there are ways for you to use your same hustle, your same strategy, and infuse that with a different way of creating money.
Yeah, but you got to tell them, jump in the car, let's go to a restaurant, because I can't sit in this crack house. If the police come in here, they're not going to say Sauce Walker's in here offering a better opportunity.
That's just a scenario that makes sense, but I still got to meet you at ground zero. That's what it's about.
It's like when people tell people put the guns down, but it's like people are literally, it's me or you sometimes.
I want to
exactly.
Back.
It come to these places where we getting shot at all day to understand why we have these guns. Now, that's like
how my neighborhood is.
That's just like me with the boxing shit. Okay, like you want motherfuckers to stop shooting guns and all that, but then you also have to show them that you willing to do what I I'm willing to do what I'm asking you to do.
Right.
I'm willing to make the change, or I've already made the change, or I'm willing to take the risk that I'm suggesting for you to take, and I'm trying to make it look cool, or look respectable, look fun, look honorable, to where you can still have a 2 black men, or 2 brown men, 2 men of color, of any ethnicity of color, can have a physical feud, have a fight, have a disagreement, and we both go home to our families and our children.
Right.
Being able to go back to ground zero, I think, is just like, though you've elevated, you're still humble. And then I kind of wanted to pivot back to you talking about the rules, and somewhere in this conversation, you're also talking about pouring into your community. Like, where did you get all of your code and like your ethics?
Cause I really come from a lot of nothing, and when I say that, I mean, like, I grew up in a motherless home, not a fatherless home, but
I saw you say on Say Cheese, your mom was a
stripper.
Your words, a stripper.
Yeah, my mom was a hoe.
Yeah.
My mom was a prostitute. My mom was a dancer. My mom was an exotic dancer. My mom was also a gangster. My mom was also a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So my father was an aspiring athlete. He was aspiring football player, aspiring wrestler. He never made it, like, you know what I'm saying, to the top. Like, my dad is not like no household name wrestler that you know his name. My dad's name is Arce Walka. It's not any of these other guys that, people look at as spectacles or millionaires. And even those wrestlers, them niggas really broke too, honestly. But yeah, I grew up where cocaine, crack, heroin, the aroma of it being cooked and prepared to be used was like air freshener in the living room to me, type shit, for a large period of time. Then there's a period of time after that where my mother just wasn't present in my life at all for 12, 13 years, and I'm just growing up as with a single father trying to chase his dream, raise me, raise another woman's family that he married, and also pay child support on me while I'm in his living room. You see how your face? You see that? You see your face? Yeah, I know, exactly. It's crazy as fuck. It barely makes sense to it, but that's the world we live in. Because if a woman asks for child support and got the documentation needed necessary, she's going to get that payment whether you raising the child or not. Because the government sees what they see, and it's a long process to undo this process and make them see and realize whatever. But I say that to say, with the struggles and the hardships that I grew up, and not just on my parents, because that's just parenting, just the surroundings around me. The first time I seen people get shot and shoot each other and shit like that, I'm 7, 6. I grew up in a mixture of 2 very, very wild places. My mom from Chicago, my dad from Houston, Texas. So like,
it's rough.
Yeah, like, I just seen it. I've experienced. My uncle a pimp. My uncles is dope fiends. My granny is alcohol. My grandmother in Houston, my Honduran, cause my dad is 100% Honduran. My grandmother's from La Ceiba, Honduras. I watched my grandmama die from alcohol poisoning, from just being an over alcoholic. And my grandma died like 4 days before my 6th birthday, type shit. So like, and she was teaching me Spanish. Like, it was just so much shit that I saw. Struggle young, it matured me. Like, my childhood was down there ripped from me from just all of the experiences that I've been through. So it forced me to mature early. That's another reason why I'm so childish and I laugh so much and I have so much fun as an adult and on the internet, is because, like, growing up, to me, I never liked watching movies like Menace to Society and the Nino Brown and Boys in the Hood and all that shit, because I'm really living that. Like, how can I find enjoyment in the entertainment from black struggle and black poverty and making humorous moments of it when I really got the Ezekiel at my doorstep getting drunk. I'm really living around Debo's and Craig's and this shit. My mama is a Felicia. How is that funny? How is this how is this an escape of my mind? How is this a visual pleasing moment to my young mentality when this is my everyday reality? That's not no fucking entertainment. Yeah. That's systematically programming me to continuously be what I already am fucking living, or to think that that's fun.
Well, you breaking the cycle now, though.
I am, because why? Because I want to be Goku.
Because you want.
You know
I
what
will
I'm
say
saying?
this conversation has definitely,
Sauce Walker,
yeah.
he dope,
I don't
man.
know, ooh-wee, but I'm the internet. Ooh-wee, I'm the dumb, just dripping. Yeah, ooh,
We gotta do this again, man. We got another interview, but we definitely enjoyed the conversation. But Saucefather 2 is out now, and whatever you else got going on, man, when you in New York, pull up on us.
Yeah, man, Saucefather 2 out right now, TSL Business. Shout out to my record label, shout out to my friends, shout out to the Breakfast Club for having me here. You know, it's been a long time coming, man. I appreciate you having me here. I appreciate meeting you young, beautiful ladies tonight.
Tell them how to follow you, so.
Just put your hands together and pray to the sauce gods and say, I need some flavor, I need some savor, I need the sauce. It's gonna find you. And I got a pod. She asked me about my podcast. I got a podcast coming too, man. Sauce Me Up Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, man. Sauce Me Up Podcast. It's coming soon, man. Ooh, hopefully I get some of y'all to be a guest one day.
Be all over
Absolutely.
our timeline now.
It's Sauce Walker. It's the
word.
Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.